Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, December 27th. Another soaking rain event headed for the Mid-Atlantic region. We ought to start raining in the Washington, D.C. area by the mid to latter part of the morning, early afternoon in Philadelphia, and late afternoon in New York City. All three big city regions should have a very wet evening rush hour, and winds will start to pick up later on this afternoon ahead of the storm out of the southeast, perhaps 25 to 30 miles per hour. And then on the backside of the storm, late tonight and tomorrow, they'll gust even stronger to 35, 40 miles per hour out of the west and northwest. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. The storm right now is over Tennessee, and it will race to the north and east and kind of consolidate during the evening hours right over central Pennsylvania. And from there, it'll take a track inland, not up the New England coast, but well inland into eastern Canada. A track like this will prevent a major snowstorm from impacting any part of upper part of New England here. They'll have most likely a mixed bag of rain, sleet, and snow. The heavy snow from this storm will be confined to the western, extreme western part of New York State and northwestern part of Pennsylvania, as for the most part, it'll be a rainmaker up and down the East Coast. Here's the latest radar loop, and again, the rain is just now closing in on the Washington, D.C. area. It'll reach Philadelphia by midday or early afternoon, and then New York City by late afternoon, and it'll come down hard at times later on this afternoon into the early part of tonight. But again, this system is racing rapidly to the north and northeast. It'll consolidate as a strong low-pressure area over Pennsylvania this evening, and then the rain will start winding down rather quickly after that, after it pulls up into the eastern part of Canada. Definitely by midnight across Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia, the rain should be over, and maybe a little bit after that in the New York City region. But tomorrow will certainly be a dry day, albeit very windy, with wind gusts up to 35 or 40 miles per hour. Here's the latest IR satellite loop, and again, it's a healthy-looking storm here in the eastern states. We have an influx of moisture out of the Gulf, as well as some moisture coming in off the Atlantic, so it is certainly a moisture-laden storm. There'll be 3/4 of an inch to an inch, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms mixed in later on today and tonight, but it's moving rather quickly from the Tennessee Valley to consolidate over Pennsylvania and then into eastern Canada by early tomorrow. There'll be some clearing behind the storm late tonight and tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine expected tomorrow, but on the backside of the storm, winds should gust up to 35 or 40 miles per hour throughout the Mid-Atlantic region out of the west or northwest. Well, let's look at a couple of computer forecast maps. This is from the GFS Global Forecast System for this evening. That storm moves from Tennessee to Pennsylvania, kind of consolidates. All these isobars around the storm indicate it's a strengthening storm, a rather strong storm, and there'll be strong wind gusts out of the southeast ahead of the storm, and then pretty strong late tonight and tomorrow out of the west or northwest, gusting up to 35 or 40 miles per hour. So again, the good news is it's a quick mover, and the rain will end rather quickly. The bad news is it'll dump another 3/4 or an inch or so on a waterlogged Mid-Atlantic region. Here's the GFS map for tomorrow morning. The storm moves from Pennsylvania up into eastern Canada, and again, this track inland spares New England from a major snowstorm. Normally, storms like this ride up the eastern coast of New England, giving them a snowstorm, but in this case, it's moving well inland to the west of Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont, and they'll have a mixed bag instead of an all-out snowstorm. The heavy snow from this storm will be confined to the extreme western part of New York State and upstate Pennsylvania and the northwestern part of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Strong winds behind the storm tomorrow, gusting up to 35 to 40 miles per hour out of the west and northwest. Although there will be plenty of sunshine, it'll be quite cool as well. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.